21-year-old American student was sentenced to 1 year in a Dubai prison after being accused of assaulting and insulting an airport staff during a layover. According to legal experts, credits them. Now, Elizabeth Polanco de Los Santos was denied boarding on July 15 while traveling through Dubai International Airport. Well, she was subjected to unpleasant, humiliating, and offensive searches when traveling from Istanbul to New York via the international hub. Elizabeth experienced transiting through Dubai International Airport has left our organization detained in Dubai, calling for increased travel warning to U.S. citizen. Founder Rachel Sterling said in a statement, and this had formed the basis for this particular crime story, where a young lady who was actually on transit was not allowed to board and of course held down. Of course, you will begin to wonder if that was actually possible, that I'll be transiting. It wasn't like your country was my destination and all of that, and I'm being held down, because of one thing or the other. Of course, she was left behind. She could not go with her flight. Now, Elizabeth only intended to transit through Dubai for 6 hours, but she's been there for months, lost a lot, and lost about $50,000 in expenses and lawyer costs. She continued. She's now being told she has a 1-year prison sentence, but that is if all goes well. She will only be detained until she can book a flight out of the UAE. Polanco de Los Santos was traveling to Turkey with a friend and had a 10-hour layover in the United Arab Emirates. We thought it would be more than a futuristic city, but we were completely wrong, she said in a press release shared by Detention in Dubai, an organization that assists foreigners in the UAE. Authorities told her to remove the doctor-mandated waist training, brace she wore while going through airport security. She hesitantly agreed and was led to a booth where women security officials took the trainer off in a rough manner. According to the press release, I felt really violated, the student said, adding she was uncomfortable and afraid. Polanco de Los Santos attempted to put the trainer back on, which usually requires 2 people, and asked for help. The security officials blocked her exit, and the student nudged one of them while calling her friend for help. So that was not an intentional, one. She actually needed help, and that was why that happened. I gently touched her arm to guide her out of the way, then desperately started crying to my friend for help, the 21-year-old said. After the search came back clear, officials told her she would be detained for touching the female custom official. But now female thing now, I was wondering, she was kept for several hours as the officials filed a complaint, accusing Polanco de Los Santos of assaulting and insulting them. Since the incident, she has been unable to return home to New York. Polanco de Los Santos, apartments lease has expired and classes at Linham College, where she is enrolled, have resumed, according to the Economic Times. Credit to Economic Times. An August 24th court ruling required her to pay AED 10,000 fine, that's equivalent to $4,500, but customs officials have appealed the decision. A new hearing is scheduled for October 24th, and according to Detention in Dubai, Polanco de Los Santos may face jail time. A 21-year-old reached out to the organization after it helped Tara young Alain, an American also detained in Dubai after being accused of yelling in public and violating the obscenity law. Alain was released and brought back to the United States after 4 months. I think these are just realities that happen when you don't know the laws of the land, and of course laws of the land are just being violated unknowingly. And considering the fact that these are just very young chaps, I think one main lesson that should be learned here is that when you are traveling to a new country, whether you are in transit or you are moving through a new country, or a country that you're not used to, a country that you don't know their laws, I think it is important that we conduct ourselves as calm as possible, so as not to step on toes, and of course not to get ourselves into issues such as this.
After so much back and forth legal tussle, New York City college students freed from Dubai days after receiving 1-year prison sentence for touching security guard arms. The New York City college students who was sentenced to a year prison for touching a Dubai airport security guard's arm has been freed after a hellish 5 months and he's heading back home. Elizabeth Polanco de Los Santos, a Lehman College student, is ecstatic to be returning to the US after 5 months of anguish, the advocacy group detained in Dubai said in a statement on Tuesday. The 21-year-old sentence was commuted a day after she was ordered to be jailed for the July incident in which she was accused of assaulting and insulting a female airport employee. Elizabeth boarded her flight home to New York late Tuesday night. Detained in Dubai, CEO Rada Sterling said in the release. The news that her sentence would be commuted was a welcome end to Elizabeth's hellish 5 months in Dubai that left her humiliated, traumatized, and out of pocket $50,000. The advocacy group then shared a message thread between the Bronx college students and Sterling. Los Santos confirmed to the CEO she appeared in court and was fingerprinted during the day before she was told to meet police at the airport, where she would retrieve her passport and board a plane bound for New York. So sad. Los Santos will have to live with this, considering a young chap, a young college student, going through all of this. Sarcastic to be returning to the US after 5 months of anguish, the advocacy group detained in Dubai had said it's hellish. Spending as much as 5 months, she was said to have been moving from hotel to hotel, waiting for hearing of her case. It can be sad and very, very boring, to find yourself in a country or in a place where you never bargained to be. It's just the way it is. Sometimes certain things happen, and God knows why that happened. Sterling added that we are of course thankful that Elizabeth is on her way home, but is that really a happy ending? She should have been home in May, but she just returned home in October. She has been left with the scars of an incomprehensibly traumatic experience for a young student. She has lost $50,000 US dollars that she will never be compensated for. Furthermore, she has been convicted on the basis of mere allegation, sentenced to a year prison, fined, and deported. That in itself is a disgrace. This is Crimes here at Onif TV. My name is Olukunle Abraham. Please don't forget to share our videos with others. Drop your comments, make them simple and civil.